Book 18. The grief of Achilles over Patroclus, the visit of Thetis to Hephaestus, and the armor that he made for Achilles. Thus then did they fight as it were a flaming fire. Meanwhile, the fleet-runner Antilochus, who had been sent as messenger, reached Achilles, and found him sitting by his 12 ships, and boding that which was indeed too surely true. Alas, said he to himself in the heaviness of his heart, why are the Phrygians again stirring the plain and flocking towards the ships? Heaven grant the gods be not now bringing the sorrow upon me, of which my mother Thetis spoke, saying that while I was yet alive, the bravest of the Myrmidons should fall before the Trojans, and see the light of the sun no longer. I fear the brave son of Meniotis has fallen through his own daring, and yet I bade him return to the ships, as soon as he had driven back those that were bringing fire against them, and not join battle with Hector. As he was thus pondering, the son of Nestor came up to him and told his sad tale, weeping bitterly the while. Alas, he cried, son of noble Peleus, I bring you bad tidings. Would indeed that they were untrue. Patroclus has fallen, and a fight is raging about his naked body, for Hector holds his armor. A dark cloud of grief fell upon Achilles as he listened. He filled both hands with dust from off the ground, and poured it over his head disfiguringly his comely face, and letting the refuse settle over his shirt, so fair and new, he flung himself down all huge and hugely, at a full length, and tore his hair with his hands. The bondswoman whom Achilles and Patroclus had taken captive screamed aloud for grief, beating their breasts, and while their limbs failing them for sorrow, Antilochus bent over him the while, weeping and holding both his hands, as he lay groaning, for he feared that he might plunge a knife into his own throat. Then Achilles gave a loud cry, and his mother heard him, as she was sitting in the depths of the sea by the old man her father, whereon she screamed, and all the goddesses, daughters of Nereus, that dwelt at the bottom of the sea, came gathering round her. There was Thuas, Thualia, and Simodos, Nessia, Spio, Pho, and dark-eyed Hali, Camotheo, Actia, and Linoria, Melite, Irira, Amphitetho, and Agave, Doto, and Proto, Verasusa, and Diamene, Dexamine, and Menophonon, and Calorinaria, Florus, Pano, and the famous seaman, Galatea, Nemeratus, Apasutus, and Calinasa. There were also Plamini, Anaenarera, and Anahasa, Meera, Laurentia, and Amathea, of the lovely locks, with other Nereids, who dwell in the depths of the sea. The crystal cave was filled with their multitude, and they all beat their breasts, while Thetis led them in their lament. Listen, she cried, sisters, daughters of Nereus, that you may hear the burden of my sorrows. Alas, woe is me, woe is that I have borne the most glorious of offspring. I bore him fair and strong hero among heroes, and he shut up as a sapling. I tended him as a plant in a goodly garden, and sent him with his ships to Ilium to fight the Trojans. But never shall I welcome him back to the house of Peleus. So long as he lives to look upon the light of the sun, he is in heaviness, and though I go to him, I cannot help him. Nevertheless, I will go, that I may see my dear son, and learn what sorrow has befallen him, though he is still holding aloof from battle. She left the cave as she spoke, while the others followed, weeping after, and the waves opened the path before them. When they reached the rich plain of Troy, they came up out of the sea in a long line onto the sands at the plain of Troy. The place where the ships of the Myrmidons were drawn up in close order round the tents of Achilles. His mother went up to him as he lay groaning. She laid her hand upon his head and spoke piteously, saying, my son, why are you thus weeping? What sorrow has now befallen you? Tell me, hide it not from me. Surely Zeus has granted you the prayer you made him, when you lifted up your hands and besought him that the Phrygians might all of them be pent up at their ships and rue it bitterly, in that you were no longer with them. Achilles groaned and answered, Mother Olympian, Zeus has indeed vouchsafed me the fulfillment of my prayer, but what boots it to me, seeing that my dear comrade Patroclus has fallen? He whom I valued more than all others, and loved as dearly as my own life, I have lost him, and Hector, when he had killed him, stripped the wondrous armor so glorious to behold, which the gods gave to Peleus, when they laid you in the couch of a mortal man. What would that you were still dwelling among the immortal sea nymphs, that Peleus had taken to himself some mortal bride? For now you shall grieve infinite by reason of the death of that son whom you can never welcome home. Nay, I would not live nor go about among mankind unless Hector fall by my spear, and thus pay me for having slain Patroclus, son of Meniotis. Thetis wept and answered, then my son is your end near at hand, for your own death awaits you full soon after that of Hector. Then said Achilles, in his great grief, I would die here and now, and I could not save my comrade. He has fallen far from home, and in this hour of need my hand was not there to help him. What is there for me? Return to my own land I shall not, and I have brought no saving neither to Patroclus nor to my other comrades, of whom so many have been slain by mighty Hector. I stay here by my ships, a bootless burden upon the earth. I who fight have no peer among the Phrygians, though in council they are better than I. Therefore perish strife both from among gods and men. Anger wherein even a righteous man will harden his heart, which rises up in the soul of a man like smoke, and the taste thereof is sweeter than the drops of honey. Even so has Agamemnon angered me, and yet so be it before it is over. I will force my soul into subjection, as I needs must. I will go, I will pursue Hector, who has slain him whom I love so dearly, and will then abide my doom, when it may please Zeus and other gods to send it. Even Hercules, the best beloved of Zeus, even he could not escape the hand of death. But fate and Paris, fierce anger, laid him low, as I too shall I when I am dead, if I like doom awaits me. So then I will win fame, and will bid Trojan and Arganian woman bring tears from their tender cheeks of both their hands in the grievousness of their great sorrow. Thus shall they know that he who has held aloof so long will hold aloof no longer. Hold me not back, therefore, in the love you bear me, for you shall not move me. Then silver-footed Thetis answered, my son, what you have said is true. It is well to save your comrades from destruction, but your armor is in the hands of the Trojans. Hector bears it in triumph on his own shoulders. Full well I know that his vaunts shall not be lasting, for his end is close at hand. Go not, however, into the press of battle till you see me return hither. Tomorrow at break of day I shall be here, and will bring you goodly armor from King Hephaestus. On this, she left her brave son, and as she turned away, she said to the sea nymphs, her sisters, dive into the bosom of the sea, and go to the house of the old sea god, my father. Tell him everything. As for me, I will go to the cunning workman Hephaestus on high Olympus, and ask him to provide my son with a suit of splendid armor. When she had so said, they dived forthwith beneath the waves, while silver-footed Thetis went her way, that she might bring the armor for her son. Thus then did her feet bear the goddess to Olympus, and meanwhile the Phrygians were flying with loud cries before the murderous Hector, till they reached the ships and the Hellespont, and they could not draw the body of Ares.